Hey guys, this is Dave,
This is Mike.
and we're the Game & Watch Bros. Hey guys, welcome back.
Welcome.
So today, we are going to be playing some Days Gone. Now, as you remember from our previous episode, we were clearing out nests. I think we had one more to go.
Our previous episode.
Our past previous episode. I can't even talk tonight. But yeah, we just burned the last nests. So now we are going to move on. Check out, make sure that there's nothing else in here. I'm about to die. Yeah, so folks, there was a little bit of a mistake. Mike accidentally played for me in the last video. We had realized that, well, our editor had realized that. So we have righted the wrong. I am back playing again.
Yep.
Well, until I die, that is.
Which I'm sure will be soon.
I'm sure. But in our last one, we were talking about The Sopranos. How'd you like that ending, guys? Yeah. It's how I felt, too. After devoting 6 seasons.
I'm waiting for it to get good.
Waiting for something to happen.
Something happened, alright.
To see if I could understand the hype. And yeah, something happened. It just ended, y'all.
I don't understand it, because that ending, pissed people off. They were that passionate about the show that they were pissed plumb the fuck off when it ended.
Well, just, like I was explaining the last episode, spoiler alert for The Sopranos. In 3, 2, 1. So, the episode shows the Sopranos, or the Soprano family, met with the second-hand guy for the mob family that tried taking Tony out. And said, hey, let bygones be bygones and let's move forward from this BS. Let's just move past. But he didn't know at the time that Tony had already found the mob boss that had put the hit on Tony and his squad and dealt with him in a very graphic way. So Tony's hitter found him, and while the mob boss was talking to his daughter, they put a couple of rounds in his head. When he falls to the ground, they put a couple of rounds in his chest and then walk off. Well, his daughter freaks out, gets out of her vehicle, and apparently the vehicle's still in drive. So she gets out, goes around the front of the vehicle, freaking out, notices the vehicle starts rolling towards her. So she went back to the driver's side. Well, the window was up and the door was locked.
Nice.
So she couldn't get into it, and her kid was still in there. And it rolled right over the head of the boss.
Ooh.
And you hear the crackling and popping of the tires running over the boss's head.
Grody.
Right. So he tied up that loose end. And after that, he talks to his lawyer about charges that are being brought to him that his lawyer doesn't think that they'll be able to get out of. But, you never know in a trial. With enough money, anyone can win a trial.
Right. O.J. Simpson. Let's just say that.
Right. All you have to do is pay off the jurors or threaten the jurors or something. All right. But with that being said, there was none of that. They didn't explain anything. They just ended it. Done.
It's good enough of an ending.
Right. Black. So yeah, I was a little perturbed with that. Checking out some new TV. So yeah, that's that.
Legit.
So, what are you looking forward to, Mike? Any movies or?
I want to see Detective Pikachu, and I'm waiting for it to come out on DVD. Because I don't live nowhere near a movie theater to go see it.
I don't even think it's in theaters anymore.
Probably not. I'm sure it probably is out on DVD, but I'm a broke ass.
Right.
Too, so.
No joke. No joke. Legit.
You know, it is what it is.
If you end up buying it, I'm gonna break down and have to either watch it with you or borrow it from you.
Of course.
I think the kids would get a kick out of it, and
Right.
well, you know, you and all of our subscribers know about my nostalgia. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, besides getting attacked by a wolf, I'm checking out this caboose to make sure. Ouch!
Caboose.
Stupid wolves. I'm checking out the caboose to make sure that there's nothing in it. I see a red circle. Ooh, yeah, eat that wolf boy. I really should turn around and see what I'm doing. Oh, I'm gonna chop down this tree. But yeah, I think it was just the wolves. But we'll thoroughly check it out. Make sure there's nothing in it. Make sure there's no way to get in it. On top of that, we'll skin the wolves and get some good stuff from them. But yeah, I want to see Detective Pikachu. I don't know if it's good enough to buy. I hear it's really cute.
All right.
I tried using YouTube to find pirated video because, not going to lie, that's how I first saw Dragon Ball Super Brawly.
Yup.
Was on YouTube. But for those of you that are listening in law enforcement, I did buy it. I own a physical copy of said movie.
Me too.
So I did buy it, folks. Okay. But that's how I knew it was good enough to buy. But I found something on YouTube for Detective Pikachu, which was released by Mr. Reynolds, Mr. Ryan Reynolds. Sir,
Funny guy.
you're hilarious. It was genius. For anyone who hasn't seen Detective Pikachu on YouTube, I kid you not, it is 10 minutes.
No, it's like the full length of the movie.
Oh, no, you're right. It was like an hour and something minutes of just Detective Pikachu. That was really close. Detective Pikachu dancing. That's all it was. It starts out like the legit movie. I take that back. It starts out like the legit movie. Then it goes into kind of like a trailer of the movie. And then it goes into Detective Pikachu dancing. Always stop for gas.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. He's a funny guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you see the one with Ryan Reynolds and... God, what is his name? Plays Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman?
Hugh Jackman, thank you. The two of them decide to do... and this was on Facebook. They both decide to do advertisements for each other's something they own. So Ryan Reynolds owns, I guess, a liquor company or a liquor. He has his own. I think it's vodka.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me. But he has his own liquor. Okay, and Hugh Jackman has his own coffee.
I didn't know that either.
So, and this may be solely on just as the joke of the two, but Ryan Reynolds is talking to Hugh Jackman. He's like, "Hey, man, let's have a truce. Really, we make fun of each other. We call each other names. Let's have a truce. And in this truce, I will put my time and effort and money into making you a commercial for your coffee." And then you could put your time, money, and effort into making me a commercial for my liquor. And Hugh Jackman agrees to it. So they do these commercials. And it starts with Ryan Reynolds' commercial. Because he's all excited and stoked about it. Looking for first aid stuff, guys. So Ryan Reynolds goes first to produce the... commercial, and he shows it, And it's a really, really well done commercial. And it talks about all the good things Hugh Jackman has done with the proceeds of his coffee, and talks about the coffee, and it's just fantastic. And
Right.
you know, the commercial ends, and Hugh Jackman's just awestruck. So if you're wondering, folks, the reason I threw that Molotov at that car is because there's some freakers that have a person pinned down in there. So I'm trying to rescue that person.
Not baconize the guy inside of it.
Right, well, you know, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter what you think.
I'm just testing the mechanics. I didn't know if it would burn someone inside or not. But I'll get rid of these freakers here. But anyways, it goes back really well done, and it goes back to
My turn.
Mike's turn. So it goes back to the two, and Ryan Reynolds is talking about the commercial, how he spent several hundreds of hours filming it and editing it, and spent $1 million of his own money
Jesus.
towards the commercial. And he's like, "Hey, Hugh, let's see your commercial for my liquor." And Hugh Jackman's like, "Oh, no, mine's not ready yet. You know, it still needs some editing to be done. When you see it, I want it to be perfect." And Ryan was like, nonsense. Play the commercial. I want to see it. I bet it's perfect. And it comes into a library. And Hugh Jackman's sitting there in kind of like a fancy robe, and with a fancy table in front of him, and it's got Ryan Reynolds' liquor there. And Hugh Jackman's like, "Hey, you know, I'm making..." Ooh, that was close.
Skill drop.
He's like, "I'm, you know, doing a commercial for this liquor. You know, and normally I should say this, and this, but Ryan Reynolds is an asshole.
Damn.
And his liquor is an asshole. And he's just talking shit about Ryan Reynolds, just being a dick to Ryan Reynolds. And then he takes Ryan Reynolds' liquor, and he takes the lid off of it and sniffs it and takes a swig of it and says, "Yep, even tastes like asshole." And then puts it on its side and lets it pour out onto the table. And then he talks some more trash about it, and then the commercial ends. And Ryan Reynolds is just staring at Hugh Jackman. And that's how it ends.
I have to see this video.
It's quite funny. And I don't know if they both have these companies, like, or if they're just doing it for publicity, because you know they are.
Oh, sure.
You know, that's what they're doing for publicity. But it was hilarious nonetheless. So if you haven't seen it, go on Facebook, go on YouTube, and look up the Hugh Jackman Ryan Reynolds commercial. Because it's priceless.
Yep.
Definitely hilarious to check out. But yeah. You know, I love the weather changes in this game. You know, because not only, so when it rains, not only does it puddle on the streets and stuff like you see, but it also turns the dirt into mud.
Right.
You
Makes
know,
vehicle
and
handling a little tougher.
Puddles up in the mud, and you know, it can puddle up in the streets. And if it puddles up a lot in the streets and you ride your motorcycle through it, it'll actually damage your bike to where you'll have to repair it. So I think it's really cool how they do the weather in this. I'm pretty sure we'll come upon wintry conditions at some point, because there's a lot of map to explore.
Right.
So it'll be interesting riding a bike through snow and ice and stuff. I'm sure that'll be pretty cool.
And knowing my driving skills, I'll be a boss at it.
Right. First 5 minutes into our playthrough, and he collides with a car.
Look, that car moved, okay?
Yeah. Ammo.
So I'm just kind of cruising around, guys, looking for ammo and gas and stuff. No real specific goal right now.
Looking for parts and, you know, silencers for your pistol. because apparently some cars come standard with silencers.
That's the oil filter. I told you this.
Yeah, and I still don't believe the fact that you can use a oil filter for a silencer.
Let me get out my dark web app and I'll let you go and see how it's done.
Much less use it multiple times.
Yeah, I don't know about multiple times. I know it would work at least once. Because it's just the bafflers and it, or the baffler, I think that's the right word. It kind of like dampens the sound.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You know, it's just, if you ask me, the combustion from the gunpowder and the oil in the oil filter, I just see something catching fire.
Well, you know,
At the very least.
you'd want a dry oil filter. You wouldn't want the one that's full of oil still.
Yeah, but he's pulling them directly out of the car.
Yeah, but those cars have been sitting a while.
Even then, there's still oil in the oil filter.
It'd be like a jelly. Like an oil jelly.
Gonna check out some skills, are you, Mike?
Yep.
So yeah, we left this in because we hadn't heard anyone say that they don't want to see him. So they're still left in here for that.
So you can see what skills we have and don't have and call us a retard for not having the right skills. I'm sorry, I didn't mean retard. I meant stupid person.
Yeah, good job, Mike. Way to offend our audience.
Look, I meant retarded as in, like, mentally slow. Like the actual meaning of the word, not so much as in the way that, like, oh, that's so stupid, that's retarded. You know how kids do nowadays? I mean, like that.
Yeah, stupid millennials. You know, I think
Time
about
to
it.
roll.
Me and Mike are millennials, before anyone gets offended. Because that's what we do. Us millennials get offended at everything.
Right.
So before anyone gets offended, me and Mike are millennials.
Unfortunately.
And we get a bad rep. You know. We get a rep for being the whiniest generations, you know, of the generations. And, you know, we're the man bun wearing and yoga pants having and living in our parents' basement.
I don't live in my parents' basement.
But, you know, we're good people, too. You know,
Mostly.
right, mostly. We care.
Mostly.
We're smart. We're
Kinda.
initiative. We're inventive. We're the most technologically advanced generation.
That's true.
You know, our younger generations, the younger of the millennials, can do more with a phone and a computer than Generation X or the baby boomers ever could hope of.
Right.
You know, so put that in your pipe and smoke it. Go millennials.
You're supposed to say put that in your vapor pen or vaporizer pen and
No, that's millennials. I'm talking trash to Generation X
oh
and the
yeah.
baby boomers.
Yeah, put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Go millennials. With that being said, we are a little too white.
Little?
A lot too sensitive. All right. I am a firm believer that everyone should be able to speak their mind.
Yep.
I don't care what it's about, and not worry about who they're going to piss off or who they're going to offend. Because everyone has the right to be offended. Why should I have to alter what I'm saying
Exactly.
to not offend you?
Right.
Because I don't expect you to change what you're saying. If you offend me, you offend me. But I'm not going to try to be like, oh, you can't say that. You know, I'm a fat guy. All right? I've always been a heavy-set kid, so I've dealt with criticism. With that being said, bring it on, folks. I may be a millennial, but fuck you, man.
Don't open those floodgates. You won't like what those floodgates does.
Now, with those floodgates being opened, I think we're coming up on 20 minutes. We will probably... Oh, look. Looks like Mike's gonna try to be a hero.
Okay, let's take a look around.
Wanna be a hero?
He's probably gonna die here, and if he does, we'll just call it. What was that?
Heroes don't die. They just stop breathing.
That's dying,
Wrong
homie.
direction. Murder
That's
is
telekinesis,
invading the
Kyle.
body.
Prove it.
How many people you killed today, huh?
So I found out that Jack Black has a YouTube channel, by the way. Yep, where he quote unquote does gaming, but I don't think he's actually done a single video game episode.
So I don't think you saved your homeboy. I think they executed him.
Well, obviously, that's what I would have done after I saved him. Millennials.
Attack him, millennials. Attack him. Be offended.
Ah, fire!
You're on fire. Go swimming, yo.
What the hell is he doing just running
Can't get on deck. Why can't I not get on deck? There we go.
And you're gonna die.
Pull back!
And dead. Nope, not dead. And dead? Nope, not dead. Dead.
And you're dead.
Thanks for hanging with the Gamer Watch Bros.
And if you like what you saw, hit like, subscribe, that little bell, and if you have a comment, leave it below.